Hey guys, Skooks here, and I've just finished watching the scariest movie ever made, Vampire's Kiss.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Ha! That's all you have to do!
Now when you think of Dragon Ball, what is the first thing that you think of? The show's vibrant color palette, the fight scenes and brilliant choreography, the dated sense of humor? In the end, Dragon Ball is a fun and energizing kids show inspiring many kids to become serious bodybuilders. But is it really all that innocent? I've done some extensive digging in the dark web and managed to stumble on this rather peculiar story regarding everyone's favorite show. Now granted that it's on the internet, it has to be true. So in this video, I'll be going over this anonymous person's ordeal, how his strange encounter with the show destroyed his life. So just sit back, get that Mountain Dew pumping into your veins, and I suggest watching this in the bathroom, because there's a 40% chance that you'll already have shit yourself before the end of this video. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Listen up, this story is not for the faint of heart. What I'm about to tell you is the most shocking thing about the television industry that you ever can/will ever learn. It's about Dragon Ball Z, the lost episode of Dragon Ball Z. Tapes like these can reveal subtle truths about our lives, things we don't want to think about or don't want to admit. The creators of Dragon Ball Z have a lot of deep, dark secrets that they keep hidden from the world. Now, before we begin, I must warn you, I know what you're gonna say. Oh, I wanted a creepy blood and gore, not this. Shut the fuck up. I don't make these things up for one, and two, real horror creeps up on you like plaque-related gingivitis, slowly attacking the roots of your tooth until one day the gum's exposed and the dentist tells you that he's going to remove all your teeth and replace them with porcelain veneer fingernails that have been sanded to match your mortal toothy smile. Long sentence? Consider revising. This is a really scary story. The scariest. You're gonna lose your fucking mind by the end of this. Like getting lost in a hedge maze only to find that the prized ham that you were guaranteed to win is actually a murderous turkey. And so you claw your way out of the hedge maze, breaking the rules, only to get bloody guts from the thorns and the police are trying to find you. But then they get lost with the turkey and something. I received a tape in the mail after mailing Cartoon Network a 32-page letter demanding they put DBZ back on air, signed The Fans. But somehow, they knew the fan was me. The biggest DBZ fan. I'm not just a fanboy, hell, I'm not even a fanboy at all. I'm a man. A fan man. But that doesn't matter, because the VHS tapes brought me to my knees and completely destroyed all that I ever held dear, which ironically was mostly DBZ and DBC related merchandise. What started as a cartoon about people fighting over ancient Chinese balls turned into a violent war being waged on the very fiber and comprises my mortal soul. Sanity is like a submarine sandwich, or a bag of marbles, in that you can drop the bag and find all the marbles, but you can never find the sandwich, or there could be 3 marbles in the sandwich. What? Listen, I found the tape, and I know you don't believe me, but by the end you will believe me, and you may want to pack up and leave town because you might be next. Believe me, I made myself a hot submarine sandwich with extra anchovies, pickles, mustard, and various relishes, and sat down to view the tape that Cartoon Network sent to me. Strangely, there was a name on the front, Mr. Right. Strange. I knew I heard the name before. I love DBZ, the action, the narration, the fighting, the deep storyline, the power levels, the various rules of canonical lore that cut into my very fiber of my being. I sat back in my finest recliner, bit into the hot sandwich and poured a bowl of festive pretzels. M&M's mixed with pretzels, my own invention. I didn't have time to talk about my creative invention. I had VHS tapes to watch. Then, something really disturbing happened. "These are some great pretzels," Goku yelled. I coughed heavily and spit my pretzels all over the floor. Gooey chocolate and salt pretzels pieces flying like the fragile hot baked pieces of my mortal sanity. How the fuck did they steal my idea? "I'm Goku," Goku said. I already knew that. Who just goes around saying who they are? "We have to stop Bulmu," he yelled. Bulmu? You literally see Goku, my childhood hero, fly into a farm area and start murdering a cow. Now, Goku flew around again, punching things, but mostly crashed into the walls and floor, spinning wildly with no rhyme or reason, like a commonly housefly attempting to navigate a McDonald's drive-thru window. I'm not sure where this was supposed to take place among the 291 episodes. Goku was flying really fast now. Really, really fast. There was no plot. He was just flying really, really fast. Why the fuck was he flying so fast? He was so fucking fast my eyes began to chap as the brightness began to induce my mild seizure convulsion. He flew faster and faster until he could go no faster and then went faster. He was so fast and then he went faster. Fuck's sakes, I thought he was done going faster, but then he went faster again, faster still. He broke the sound barrier and my eyes began to chap up because I couldn't close them. The blood vessels in my eyes started to pop as I gripped my chair. Jesus Christ, he was going faster. Goku went so fast that the screen started to dilate and my TV popped. My eyes began to tear up, but when I looked down, I saw that they were actually bleeding. I wanted to get up, but he was just going so fast, so fucking fast. The power levels, they were beyond my comprehension. I keeled over and spilled my salty snacks all over the floor. The salami broke into its core components and, I swear to God, I heard Goku snickering. Not a human snicker, but a skeletal snicker. Indeed, bones were on the screen. He had outflown his skin. Goku was a skeleton. Then a narration began.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z, Goku will ride a scooter by the lake wearing a shitty Dragon Ball t-shirt, but he will fail in the river and everyone will laugh at him.
What the fuck? Then the next episode immediately began. I heard somebody whispering, I broke your shitty sound system. But it had to be my imagination, or the usual voices. Now Goku was fighting Vegeta, but his name wasn't Vegeta. It wasn't Vegeta at all. I'm gonna kick your ass, vagina, Goku yelled. What the fuck? His name wasn't Vagina. It was Vegeta. I eat vegetables on the table, Vegeta screamed, and his eyes got a little fuzzy. You see Goku put on a shitty DBZ overshirt that you would buy in a mall in the early 2000s. He gets on a scooter, and I swear, I get the strangest sense of deja vu. He starts riding by the lake, chasing ducks, and Vegeta pushes him in the lake. Water is all over his stylish DBZ t-shirt and various humans are shown snickering at a highly realistic rendered apartment complex lake. What in the name of God was going on? This was something that happened to me over 20 years ago. Then, an Asian man in a business suit and tie walks out, smiling something rather sinister. Yes, you can find out all this and more. We know your deepest, darkest secrets. We've been watching you for years. Signed, Mr. Right. There was that name again. Unlock your power levels. Send 20 UPC sticker codes to
Melmixi Animation Studio, 2070 TechDarch.NW Atlanta, Georgia.
UPC sticker codes? I started to puke. Hot, bile-infused pretzels spilled all over my precious sofa, doily, and decorative napkins and family egg timer. You immediately see Goku puking. You poisoned me with your salty snacks, Goku screamed. And then he goes Super Saiyan, I think. Vagina and Goku start fighting, but disturbingly enough, it was just a 5-second clip repeated for 25 minutes. 25 fucking minutes. I sat there until I saw an Asian man with red eyes smiling at me through the TV. I got up to shut the tape off and his smile turned into a frown. You know, like VHS? Goku was now shown in a mock-up of my childhood bedroom, choking on an egg roll, violent convulsions, and me stealing a copy of Grand Theft Auto Vice City by putting the CD under the elastic band of my underwear. What the fuck was going on? Who could do this? More scenes with me as Goku. My first birthday, my first date, the day I learned to ride a bicycle, the day I found a baby kitten, the day I pissed on a motorcycle, my father's funeral. It was all there. It all went by so fast. It was like my whole life was being narrated by this strange, disheveled man. Mr. Right knows all. Cartoon Network fortune teller, a file for every human, and a human for every file? Biz biz, beep beep, bang bang, boom boom. The tape exploded. First it churned, then it whizzed, then it snapped, crackled, and popped. Unlike the festive family cereal, this one went flying into my jaw, propelling me back. How the fuck did they do that? What kind of occult satanic Cartoon Network based witchcraft was going on here? I was gonna have to do it. I was gonna storm Cartoon Network angrily to figure out what the hell was going on. Someone had to be watching me for 30 years. I suppose it's possible. Do you ever get the feeling that you're being watched? You can never really prove you're not being watched, and it's true. They may have a file on all of us. The eerie feeling of eyes in the dark in the mall, at the park, under the sink, in your bathroom, in your link, in Park Album. It's real. The big CN has eyes everywhere. Or so I thought. I drove to Cartoon Network's listed address, only stopping at the local gas station to buy 20 boxes of cereal so I could apply the UPC codes. When I finally arrived, cereal boxes in tow, I dropped them on the floor. My jaw was agape. On the wall, pictures of me with Goku. The most important moments of my life. My first birthday learning to play Jenga. My first trip to Chuck E. Cheese, age 27. All there. All in black and white with Goku superimposed doing various poses, photoshopped in like a 6-year-old would. At the end of the long hallway, 2 Asian men, dining on a hot bowl of pretzel and dumpling soup. My favorite food? Hello, they said. Shut the fuck up, Mr. Wong, I said looking at his name tag. They were both named Mr. Wong. They both smiled at me, not saying much. Not saying anything, really, just smiling. You know as fucking well as I do that this VHS, I held up the VHS, shaking it angrily. Shaking and shaking it until I could take it no more. And then I shook it once more. And again. Where's Mr. Right? I yelled. I was red in the face, steaming mad. Pieces of my hair and eyelash were falling out, and I was spitting more than a weed whacker garden hose in late June. I Mr. Right, Wong said. What? I also Mr. Right, the other Wong said. You're Mr. Wong, I screamed, and to the other one. You're also Mr. Wong, I yelled, angrier now than I've ever been in my life. I Mr. Right, he said, smiling brighter. I also Mr. Right, he said. No, I yelled at the top of my lungs. 2 Wongs don't make a right. And then there was a silence. So quiet, you could hear a pin drop. The Wongs clapped. They clapped and clapped. And their clapping grew to a thunderous applause. 2 Wongs don't make a right. They smiled wider until their smiles broke off, and then they grew hot and fiery. Their skin exploded off of their faces as blood, guts, and sinew spilled all over the Cartoon Network kitchen countertop. Their brains fell off as the one googly eye fell off and crossed the floor. They were fusing? I know what you're thinking. It's just a suit. It wasn't a suit. That was their skin. They slowly morphed and pulled together some more until there was just a single naked Asian man standing in front of me, with bits of cloth stuck inside his flesh from the fusing process. His neck slumped over and small tumors and pieces of hair and fingernail were marbled into his crumbling internal organs and visible bloody, pulsing veins and muscles. Why would Cartoon Network hire these people? This was disgusting and I started to puke again. I want to congratulate you. I'm Mr. Right. He went out to shake my hand, and it was still bleeding and his face was drooping over. This is my final form, he stated firmly. Final form? He bowed, and I heard some intense music start to play. He was challenging me to a duel. A small Masonic symbol encircled the pristine and immaculate tiled floor. You've been waging this war for your whole life, and you just didn't know it, he smiled. All of your existence and memories leading up to this one final challenge. A single point of life where you lose everything. Best of luck to you. I was gonna have to do it. My whole shitty life was leading up to this one fucking moment. I was gonna do it. I was finally going to do something with my life. I was going to have to go fucking Super Saiyan. I invoked my deepest rage, squinting, huffing, squeezing. My legs buckled, my heart rate intense. Every muscle in my fucking body grew to a raging boner. It was time. It was time for me to show off my full final form. Super Saiyan, activate! I am the Goku! My colon shot out of my asshole and I slowly experienced painful rectal prolapse. Shit. Pretzums and pieces of my internal organs lay all over the floor as I collapsed in pain. I needed to check my power levels, and by that, I mean using my blood test strips because I have diabetes. But Mr. Right was busy dancing around my bleeding body while he slowly broke down into pieces of raw hamburger meat and chicken bone. The strange oblong Cartoon Network executive kicked me square in the Dragon Balls. Other strange, monstrous creatures made up of hair, nails, pieces of flesh, and various pieces of garbage began to dance around and collapse. The Cartoon Network employees, not even human. Vomit was everywhere. And then a narration began. one I have never heard in real life before.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z, a shitty person with a shitty life tries to solve a shitty riddle from a shitty VHS tape. Will he succeed? Does your mom suck dicks in the woods? You failed at everything, and that's how you ended here. All will be explained next time on Bait You Along with Recycled Animation Hour.
Everything was getting fuzzy. Time for me to go, but I'm a special snowflake. A Super Saiyan. I'm just a Saiyan. There's no one else like me. A janitor came in and pushed me away with a dustpan and broom. The pictures on the wall started to shift and morph as another angry person holding a VHS entered the room.
Oh, hi, Mark.
So yeah guys, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys found it enjoyable. This is the first time I ever did a kind of like internet historian type of animation style. Fun fact, I actually started watching Internet Historian while editing this, so it just kind of I took inspiration from how he does stuff basically. I use Photoshop in some parts. Hopefully you guys find it very enjoyable. Before I end the video, I just want to give a shout out to Dave the Useless, because he may or may not have actually commissioned this creepypasta. Yeah, so his YouTube channel is going to be down in the description. Dave, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, dude. Okay, to be fair, you made your video 3 years ago. This is my take on it, alright? This is just how I would do it. I had a lot of fun doing this, and again, I'm planning to do some type of animation, kind of like this. The only problem is that it does take a while for me to do, and plus I'm getting busy with college and stuff like that, so I might make it like, I'm thinking of doing like one of like these types of videos per month, so like definitely November and December holidays I can probably mix something up with that. Anyways, yeah guys, I don't want to hold you guys for too long. Hopefully you guys found this very enjoyable. Again, happy Halloween. Please stay safe, you know, like during this time. If you're watching this in the future, you probably won't get it, but this is 2020 and it's just shit's going down really, so just stay safe. I suggest just staying home, watching some movies with your friends, or just talking in Discord. That's what I'm going to do on Halloween, if you guys are wondering. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys on my next video.
Peace.